Peace, yo. I just wanted to take this moment to bring about certain topics and issues today, and the reason why is because I think it's very pertinent and relative to people's living situations and circumstances. And one main thing I want to stress about was the idea of knowledge itself. One one thing people gotta understand, whether you God, Earth, 85, 10%, 5%, having knowledge is just not enough. It's just not. And I don't care who you are, because you could be the most intelligent man in the world and do the most dumbest things. Intelligent woman, same thing, do the most dumbest things. It's like having a bike in your house and you never rode it. You'll never see how far you'll go when you're on that bike. And it's the same thing with knowledge itself. Having knowledge itself, 120, and all this information is just not enough. You have to do something with that, because in order for you to see the power in that knowledge, you have to be able to access that knowledge, which is the wisdom. And once that knowledge is accessed and accessible, because it's at your fingertips, because you took the time to get this information right, you took the time to get this information for yourself to benefit you. Now you have to bring forth an understanding. That's the whole purpose about 120. 120 is having knowledge in order for you to wisdom it and add it to your cipher to bring forth what the understanding. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because today's math is power, and power is the ability to do work, and it's an energy and a strength. And if you're just sitting here talking about what you're gonna do instead of just doing it, then that truth holds no weight nowhere. That's not even truth, because the truth shall be seen, heard, and spoken upon time and time again. People will speak about what you're doing. People will see what you're doing. So my point at the matter is that power is the truth, but it's what you do with it that makes it powerful. It makes the truth powerful. You feel what I'm saying? Because just having it doesn't mean nothing. You know, there's a lot of people that have positions of power but don't know how to regulate that position of power, keep balance. There's people that got knowledge itself. I mean, I even speak on myself. There's even times where I bullshitted, where I got knowledge itself. I came home, I know what I gotta do, and I fucked around and didn't do it. And then the position that I'm in now makes me understand better my experiences in life. You know, people that have knowledge of self and don't do nothing with it, it's just like placing yourself on 32. You're keeping yourself in a frozen state instead of 212 in it. And the reason why I say 212 is because your wisdom or your experience should help further your knowledge in order for you to use good judgment on what you're gonna do. That's the truth of the matter. Talking about what you're gonna do and not doing it, it's just like saying you're construction worker and you never build anything. So my thing is, knowledge is just not enough for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you just browse through this video, whatever. But I'm bringing this to the attention of those that feel like they got this knowledge and it's just knowledge. It's like another book on the shelf, basically. You read, now it's collecting dust. That's basically what your knowledge is when you don't use it. It's a book on the shelf that collects dust, and you read it or you don't brush up on it or nothing. Eventually, what you don't use, you eventually lose. And that's just actual fact. Solar fact, whatever you want to call it. Ask any god of earth in this nation, or anybody that's religious, cultural, worldview, whatever. Ask them what happens when you don't use the knowledge that you have been given or that you have been searching for years. I guarantee you they're going to tell you the same thing. Well, shoot, man, it's just knowledge. Anybody can have knowledge. A dog can have knowledge. But does that mean that the dog going to use it to the point where if the master tell him to roll over, he's going to roll over? I know he probably reading his mind like, yeah, he did tell me how to roll over, but I don't feel like rolling over. Or I don't feel like using or accessing that knowledge. It's the same thing with a person. Now, the main thing too is don't go into no relationship like that either. Really don't. Because if you go into a relationship like that, using this, but not using these feet, then you're just as good as dead. You're dead weight. So you better use your resources and always know knowledge is never enough. Knowledge is power, but it's what you do with that power that makes it useful and productive. And that's what I want to build you guys about. I would that this is useful and helpful to you and you don't feel offended. And if you do, get mad, get motivated, and do something about it. That's all. Peace.